welcome to Adelaide's Credit Union Christmas Pageant 2008, celebrating 76 fabulous years, Brenton.
Kelly, I think it's the most highly anticipated family event here in South Australia. And today, past memories will be relived and new ones created. I do think that here in Adelaide today, it truly is the happiest place on earth.
There's no doubt about that. And what's incredible to think that the pageant started in 1933 with only something like 8 floats, Brenton. And today we're going to see something like 70, including bands and mini sets.
And joining us here on the streets of Adelaide are our co-hosts Mark Bickley and Kate Collins.
Thanks, Brendan. Well, Kate, fantastic crowd here as always. Some arrived as early as 6 o'clock this morning.
They did, and everyone's in the Christmas spirit. Lots of people dressed up today as well.
Yeah, look, it's fantastic. We have had a few light showers though, but I'm sure the sprinkles won't deter too many people. It hasn't even washed the chalk off the ground.
No, beautiful chalk drawings here today as well. Lots of people have been out drawing their Merry Christmas and Happy New Year on the road.
Yeah, well, look, even if it does rain, you couldn't dampen the Christmas spirit. It's going to be a fantastic day.
I don't think we need to worry about the weather. It's going to be a fantastic day regardless. Now, I'm on my way down to the landing stage. I reckon I've got a prime position this year. I'm not going to be alone though. I think there'll be a few thousand youngsters screaming along with me. We're, of course, are all going to be waiting for the man in red. We're waiting for Father Christmas.
A tremendous amount of excitement. Kelly, this is going to be bigger and better than ever before. We've got new floats this year. We've got Granny Flo, Once Upon a Storybook, a brand new Stardust Castle, and something to about the excitement of Bollywood a little later on. But here in North Terrace, showers at the moment, they're clearing a little later on.
Now, do you think the showers have actually washed some of that chalk off the road? Because we saw some fantastic efforts this morning with everybody out bright and early doing these great drawings on the road. We can see a few there. Do you think that the rain is going to wash it all away?
May wash away the chalk, but won't wash away the memories that are created here today. And just last night, I don't know about you, but I hardly got a wink of sleep. And I can imagine for a lot of people behind the scenes, that's what it was like. Getting up this morning at around 2 o'clock, getting the floats ready. And here they are. We saw some of the grandparents and parents, even uncles, aunties, here that around 5 o'clock this morning reserved their spot behind the blue on a line. Now let's go down to North Terrace at the moment with Kate and Mark.
Earlier today we had a world record attempt trying to be the longest Mexican wave.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yes!
What happened today was the wave actually started off very, very well. It started off as a great success, and I believe it stalled about 2 kilometres into the journey somewhere. We're not quite sure why. We're still finding out. But the thing is, it was to me, it was a fantastic success. There are, from our estimate, about 208,000 people lining the street at the moment. There'll be more piling in during the day. So it would have broken a record if it kept on going, but it stopped. So there's nothing we can do about that.
It did look fabulous from the start, and I think everyone had a lot of fun in that attempt. So maybe something to work on for next year.
We'll go back to the drawing board and I'm sure we'll get there in the end.
In reality, it's quite a big ask to get 300,000 volunteers to lift their arms at just the right time. And we'll learn from this experience and have something else again next year.
I am blown away by what the City of Adelaide has produced today. It's I wouldn't for 1 minute see this as a failure. I'd see this as a fantastic attempt and of course a wonderful day.
Brenton, look what I can see. Look what's coming.
That looks like the start of the pageant.
Oh, it does. It's about to begin for us here on North Terrace. Look.
Now, we've already seen some of the police go through. I can see the police greys not too far away. A big tradition, a big part of the pageant. A significant amount of the involvement is with the SA Police. Everyone's standing up. You watch, they're all sitting down now, but they'll be standing up real soon.
Here it comes.
So much tradition here in South Australia since 1933, and we're seeing the 76th annual pageant.
And you know what? What comes first? The chicken or the egg? Because the Magic Cave came first, way back in 1905, before the actual pageant. But here it is. They're all on their way to the Magic Cave.
We've got a glimpse of Father Christmas there on the billboard as it travels past, but I can see the SA Mounted Police. Again, a huge tradition with the pageant, affectionately known as the Police Greys. And looking at them now, just taking a glance here on the screen, I'd say they're walking at around 3.7 kilometres an hour.
Now, how do you know that?
Well, see, they go at 2 paces. 3.9 kilometres an hour is their faster pace.
Right.
But on a day like today, they don't want to rush it. 3.7 is my guess.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm going to argue that. I want you to go out there and count those steps, but don't they look splendid today?
And complemented by the SA Police Band, not too far behind. We'll hear more of them shortly. But the flag wavers, heralding this year's Credit Union Christmas pageant and moving to the rhythm of the police band behind. They look pretty specky, don't they? All in
They
time.
absolutely do.
Wish I had a flag to wave back at them.
Yes. Now, it heralds the opening of the Credit Union Christmas pageant. And thanks to Glenys Anderson and her team at Calisthenics Association for their involvement this year.
Now their flags spelled out the Christmas pageant. How good is that?
And how good do the girls look? Absolutely sensational. Now, do you know that some of the girls have been down getting ready for this at 6 o'clock this morning, getting makeup on, getting the costumes on? There's a gathering point down at South Terrace where the preparations go on for hours before we see them.
That's right, they enjoyed a nice breakfast thanks to Allianz this morning. We saw that a little earlier. And of course the SA Police Band, formed in 1884, sporting much of the original uniform, including their helmets.
Now, they're a world-renowned band, our band of South Australia Police. They've appeared at the Edinburgh Tattoo. And they go all over the place.
And always have the tradition and the honoured position as the lead band of every Christmas pageant.
And the band features Drum Major Sergeant Scott Howard.
Parade of flags featuring the Adelaide 36ers and Lightning dance teams, the young women who helped support our state men's and women's basketball teams.
Now, you'd think that they would have done a bit better this year with girls like that on the sidelines, but we'll wish them all the best for next year, won't we, in 2009.
The Credit Union Christmas pageant, owned and managed by the South Australian Tourism Commission, Major Events Division, Events South Australia, bringing a lot of the colour here in the pageant. And these bright and colourful parade of flags celebrate the partnership between the Government of South Australia, the 6 naming right credit union sponsors, including Savings and Loans, Australian Central, Community CPS Australia, Power State, Satisfac and the Police Credit Union.
Now, can I just reiterate that these girls have been lifting their legs and shaking those pom-poms for 3.2 kilometres at this point, and thankfully it is a cool day because they look like they've got lots of energy.
And here we are, Kelly, the Nativity to herald the first of the floats, a colourful and authentic reminder of the reason for the season, accompanied by the stirring sounds of the Hallelujah Chorus, led by 3 live camels and 3 wise men. That's my camel impression.
You know what my impression of that is? Brenton, you have the breath of 1,000 camels.
No, what I was saying in camel was, I'll be home for Christmas, apparently.
Is that right?
I might have got it wrong, though. Did you know that there was, in fact, a 4th wise man? He was turned away for bringing a fruitcake.
Can I have that camel noise one more time?
I don't think there were clowns at the Nativity, though. Now, look how blue everything here is.
Yes, I know. It looks fantastic.
A very accurate representation of the baby in the manger late at night.
Yes.
And everything but a silent night here in the city at the moment, with all the noise and spectacle.
And that's it.
I have to go back over the history books and see if there were clowns at the nativity scene.
Well, of course, our clowns that we see here today have had to go to special clown school since October, Brenton. So it's months and months of learning how to be fabulous clowns.
Christmas around the world, featuring the live music band Rock and Sock, celebrating the diversity in our South Australian community.
And there's countries represented here: Burma, Ukraine, Liberia, Peru, Romania, Sri Lanka and Bosnia.
I think the world What stood up this week, Kelly? It's been a big week for the world in the history books. The new President-elect Barack Obama, a big day in history, and reconciliation, I think, too, with the first African-American to be voted in as president. Wasn't that special?
Look, it was so special. And look, we can see the signs here in Sri Lankan, and it's in people's languages to say love, tolerance and peace.
Chinese, Iranian, there's Greek, Spanish, Ghana and even English there as well, representing the world and the continents. The placards, you can see the placards here, they display Merry Christmas, and there's our band Rockin' Socks. Rockin' the world for sure.
They are rocking the world.
They're going on a world tour as such.
Now we've got Swinging on a Star. Now, the Credit Union Christmas pageant is pretty much about participation, isn't it, Brent? And colour and movement. And the stars have symbolic meanings in its own right.
Well, that's right. The pageant is a star, but Christmas celebrates the birth of a very important child when a strange new star, a bright star, appeared in the sky, known as the Star of Bethlehem. Luke Wesley leading the Swinging on a Star there. Now, lots of colour there, lots of bright balls that you may have seen them being thrown around in the audience behind the blue honour line, playing with the coloured lightweight balls.
Now the SA Pipes and Drums with Pipe Major Phil Wild is the leader of this magnificent Pipes and Drums unit. Now Brendan, their tartan reflects SA state heritage and is officially registered, get this, in Scotland as the South Australian tartan.
Yes, it's uniquely ours. Oh, the stirring sounds of the SA Pipes and Drums.
Let's listen to them.
Yes, the sound so familiar it parades the world over. And one of many of the pipes and drums we have for you in today's Christmas pageant.
Oh, the pageant queen. I get so excited when I see the pageant queen because, of course, everybody wants to be the pageant queen, Brenton. Well, certainly most little girls do.
I didn't put my hand up for it this year.
Right. Okay, but the pageant queen this year is Alicia Lord from Power State Credit Union, and surrounding her is a princess from each credit union. Now, from Australian Central, we have Caitlin McCaid. From Savings and Loans, we have Ali Alberts. Community CPS Australia, Donna Hannon. From the police, Tara McKenzie. And from Satisfac, Chantel March.
Beautiful flowers there too.
Colour me swirlies. Look at them.
Designed especially for the pageant by April Hutchins to add even more colour and movement. Getting a little bit dizzy just looking at those at the moment.
Well, they do though, don't they? I love the swirl.
Participants holding the swirlies from the gang show. Oh, a cupcake Christmas. Now, Kelly, one of the things I love about Christmas is Mum's home-baked Christmas goodies, including cookies and cupcakes.
It is the season for sugar shots, isn't it? And don't we need one right now?
Cupcake Christmas designed by the students at St John's Grammar School at Belair. Actually won first prize out of 140 entrants. It's a designer float. Now, how many cupcakes are there? Hundreds and thousands.
I want one. I just feel like reaching out and grabbing one. Oh, I want one with pink icing.
Do look glorious, don't they?
Oh, yes, yum, yum.
That's what I'll be having when I put up the tree this afternoon.
And of course, cupcakes are a bit trendy now, aren't they? I actually went to a fete the other day and paid $8.50 for just one cupcake. They're very trendy.
There are shops, in fact, that specifically look after cupcakes, and that's all.
And the Candy Carnival. You can buy a bit of this too out and about.
Yes, Christmas would be Christmas without candy. Featuring the turning candy merry-go-round.
Look at that, and look at the big toffee apple at the back. I just love it. Everyone looks so colourful. You know, there it is. There's a big toffee apple.
I love the candy stockings you get in the shops. Grandma would get us one of those leading up to Christmas, but if we ate them all before Christmas Day, we had to pay back a lolly tax.
And just remember, if you eat too much, you feel a bit sick.
That's okay at this time of year, though, isn't it?
No, you've got to wait. Not too much. In moderation, Brenton.
Now, look at all the toys here from the toy top. Spinning with excitement. You can see it here. We've got the soldiers, the clowns, the fairies. If you look a little bit closely too, the toy top there has fairies, some unicorns on there too, some pixies, a jester or two.
Lovely bright balloons. And a fairy right at the front. Now, right at the back are the big bob-ups. Now, why do we call them bob-ups?
I can only assume they call them that because they bob up.
Let's see them. Do they bob up? Where are they?
You've got all the boys and girls waving continuously. That's what I love. There's
Oh,
some
there
bob-ups.
they are, the bob-ups.
They're a big tradition here in the pageant as well,
They
aren't
surely are.
Oh, now these guys, I love these guys. Billy Hyde Raiders Drum Corps with Mighty Good Productions, MG Funk. Now, these guys are a huge hit. Excuse the pun.
Boom, boom.
But how cool do they sound? A crowd pleaser every time. Formed in 92. Have a listen to them. There's Mighty Good Productions, MG Funk behind. Now, members here ranging from 12 to 40 years. They've been playing for quite a few years now, in fact.
3.2 Ks along. Look at them go.
I love that sound, though. They were recently performing at the Royal Adelaide Show, walking around the streets there. Now, you can see some of the big balloons behind. That's with our Blue Austin 7 and clown capers. You can see all the clowns there. Around 200 clowns in the pageant, Kelly.
Well, as we were saying, they've all been off to clown school. And aren't they doing a wonderful job today?
How nice is that Blue Austin, though? It's led by Sir Kids and founded in 1986 by Tony Hammond for disadvantaged young people here in South Australia. And the program uses circus schools to teach social, physical and creative development. We're seeing a bit of that here in the pageant right now. Look at all the amazing acrobats we're seeing down here at the moment. Now, here's Pogo the Clown on his push bike, one of the 200 clowns that are with us. He made front page of the Advertiser yesterday with pageant director Brian Gilbertson.
Now, look, Pogo gets around, I've got to say. You see him all through the year, but you know where we will see him next year? I think he's going to give Lance Armstrong a bit of a run for his money in the Tour Down Under in January.
He's going to have a struggle going up the hill, that's for sure.
I think he might need a bigger bike, do you think, to push his legs a bit faster?
Is that his helmet? Oh, that's his hair. That's not his helmet, that's his green hair. I thought that was his helmet.
I thought it was fairy floss. No, we can't eat it?
Now, that is one huge smile. And look at the smiles on the children's faces as he goes by too. G'day, Pogo. Pogo the Clown on his push bike.
Oh, yes, we love Pogo.
And all his Pogo mates behind him too.
Oh, who's this guy?
This is Clowning Clary with another contagious smile. Now, he's been rolling on his hands and knees along the 3.5 kilometre route through the streets of Adelaide. Now, wearing his big top hat, and check out his shoes.
He's actually the tallest clown in the parade, Brenton, because he is actually, well, he's not tall. He's the longest. He's 2.5 metres in length. And if you were to stand him up, he would be the biggest.
And he's got size 98 shoes.
That too. Oh, boo-hoo the jester. Boo-hoo. He doesn't look too sad, though, and everyone's smiling around him, so it's not too sad.
Well, I think he laughs so much that he cries, and that's why they call him Boo-hoo.
Oh. He's having a lovely time. And can we hear the bells on all the jesters around them on the costumes? They're wearing something like 370 bells on all those costumes, jingle-jangling their way through the parade.
I've got a pair of pyjamas at home like that.
I bet you have.
McDougall the Detective, themed to the music of the Pink Panther. I love this one. McDougall is the head of our pageant security, and you can see some of the mice there. Looks like they've run off the cheese. Where's the cheese from? The market's probably.
I reckon they've gone and raided the central market, those mice, to get some beautiful cheese. Oh, what's inside?
That's the cat behind. The cat burglar hiding in the rubbish bin. I don't think McDougall even knows he's there.
Let's have a little look. Is he coming out again? There he goes.
He's got a sinister look on his face, the cat, hasn't he? I love the vehicle in front there. We've got the mice already captured by McDougall the Detective. Look at the fish bones down the bottom.
I love the Pink Panther music. Da-dum, 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 da-dum.
What is he, a Scottish Terrier? Is he a Scottish Terrier?
We'll make out he is.
The Mitcham City Brass Band, one of many bands here in the pageant. Director Peter Smith This band started in 1901, and they're all volunteers. And they were winners too in the SA Band Championships 3 times in the last 5 years.
In C grade.